Welcome to Faces of Sterling. I'm Terry Ackerman, your host, town administrator in Sterling, and today we're going to talk about the Wachusett Food Pantry. We have a guest, the president of the food pantry, Karen Halley. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you very much for having me.
What is the Wachusett Food Pantry?
Certainly. It's an emergency food pantry. The mission is to serve 3 to 5 days worth of food to anyone in need in the Wachusett region, the 5 towns of the Wachusett region. And we have distribution once a month, the third Saturday of the month, and then from 9 to 11 for general distribution, and then the day before Friday for seniors 65 and older, again from 9 to 11. And we serve non-perishable and perishable food.
Great. And where are you located?
50 Worcester Road in Sterling on Route 12, and we're in the Cream Crock building.
So Karen, how long has the Wachusett Food Pantry been in existence, and when did you move to Sterling?
We've been in existence since 1995, after a needs assessment was done of the area, the Wachusett region, the 5 towns of the Wachusett region, and we are working in conjunction with the Worcester County Food Bank. We're a partner, along with about 200 other emergency food pantries.
Wow.
Is a central distribution place for Massachusetts, and we've been at we started at St. Mary's Church in Jefferson, and then we went to First Baptist Church in Holden, and then went to Oriole from 2010 until just recently, and as in the summer of 2013 we moved to the Cream Crock building in Sterling at 50 Worcester Road.
So when you moved to Sterling, what renovations did you have to do to the building?
Certainly. In April we came to look at the building, and obviously we have evidence of snow. And then we went to, as we walked in, it was a great facility. It still is a great facility, about 3,500 square feet, but there needed to be some changes made in the form of removal of the carpet, which we've done here, and then cleaning the floor, and painting the floor, making it non-slip or slip-proof. And then we had a false wall put in. Our guys did that, and then we had electrical work done, so we can put in the large freezers and refrigerators that we have, or the many refrigerators and freezers. We have the painted area here, and then not long after that, we moved in the existing shelving we had at the old site, and had to add a little bit more because we had more need. And then this is our opening day with the banner that we have, and this is a view as you see as you walk in the door.
In 2013. It's a lot of work.
We did it all from April through July.
Wow.
Yeah, I moved in July.
So who is eligible to come into the food pantry?
Anyone who's a resident of the 5 towns, Holden, Rutland, Princeton, Paxton, and Sterling. And we have food for everybody, so if someone comes in from a different town, we make certain that they can get food that one time, and then we give them information as to where they would get food that's in their zip code, that would serve their zip code.
Okay, so for example, if someone came in from Lancaster, that's what you would do.
Exactly.
And how many people come in each month on average?
We have anywhere from, depending on the time of year, so summer months tend to be slower. We have fewer people in need. But in the wintertime, we can have as many as 180 families,
wow.
200 families, depending on how many emergency boxes we hand out.
Wow.
And that can correlate to around 500 people.
So what is your typical customer like? Do you get working families, seniors, homeless people, and how do you ensure confidentiality?
Confidentiality, I'm going to start with that. That's the prime focus of what we do. We want to make sure that anyone who comes in and everyone who comes in feels comfortable and knows that they're there for food as infrequently or as frequently as they need to come, and that no one knows anything about their personal life at all. So in terms of whether we gather information once a year for the purpose of being able to obtain food from the food bank. The state and federal government requires that. So we ask for their name, the number of people in the household, their ages, and then if they wish to give the information, income sources, just for the purpose of statistics, so that when someone says, well, people who are coming to your food bank, or your food pantry, pardon me, are only, they're not working. Oh, yes, they are. A lot of people who come are working
They
one
are?
and two jobs, absolutely.
Interesting.
There is, but they're still in need. Some people come in and they may only come once, but their husband left them and they have kids and there's a cash flow shortage. We have a lot of seniors come in on a regular basis because their income tends to be based on Social Security, and they have medical expenses, medicines, and so forth. But we don't care about any income that they have. It's just we look for income source information if the person wishes to share that with us, and that just goes right to the food bank. We don't have any. We don't hold on to that information at all.
So you do get families,
Yes.
you get seniors, you get all kinds of people.
All kinds of people. We get, some months we can have as many as 100 senior families and those tend to be small families, 1 and 2 persons. And then we have medium families, those people, about 3 to 4 people in the family, and those come on Saturday, but they can also come on Friday if they have a senior in the family. And then we have large families, 5 people and over. And depending on the time of year and the economic situation, we have definitely seen a relationship, about a 2-month lag between the changes in the employment situation and how many people are coming in. So we have had actually a reduction lately in the number of families coming in because employment statistics have improved.
And everybody from Sterling is welcome, and the other 5, the other 4 Wachusett towns.
Absolutely, anybody and everybody. Just have to show proof of residency. Could be a telephone bill, it could be a driver's license. It's just a question of showing that you live in the town. If they don't live in the town, but they come because they're looking for food, we give them food the first time, and then we ask that we give them information as to where they would be able to find food in their zip code, within their zip code. But if they come again, we always give non-perishable food, an emergency box.
What type of items do you generally have?
We always have the items that are provided by the food bank in Worcester and Shrewsbury, Worcester Community or County Food Bank, pardon me. And those are all non-perishable items, always. So we have things like spaghetti sauce, fruit, mac and cheese, pasta, canned vegetables, and then we get perishable things. We serve meat, cheese, bread, eggs if we can get them, and then fresh fruits and vegetables depending on the season and depending on our suppliers.
So what happens when a customer comes in? Take us through the whole shopping experience.
Friday and Saturday, same experience. We have an area for waiting. People can fill out the registration form if they haven't done so already. They receive a number, just a number for the order. And as the number gets called, a volunteer comes along with a grocery cart, and the recipient and the shopper shop through our process. So they start with spaghetti sauce, and they can choose a number of cans they want based on the family size. So if it's everyone in small family gets 1 can, they get 1 can of spaghetti sauce. If they don't want any, that's fine. And they get to choose all the way through, all the way up to and including pet food. And if we have it, and we usually do, and we also have things like detergent some months, toilet paper, that kind of thing, as well as food items. As they go around the corner from the shelving, there's the choice of meat, and then cheese, fresh vegetables and fruit. And on the way out the door, they can choose from bread items that are donated just at the time of distribution. And then a young person, usually depending on the day, takes the cart and helps them out to the parking lot and helps them unload. And then that young person or car guy brings the cart back into the facility, and we just go through that. We have about 2 minutes per family if you're looking at the way, because it's all laid out very clearly.
Wow.
And but everyone still has a chance to make decisions on what they would wish.
Very efficient. That's great.
We try to make it as fun for and non-demanding for volunteers, but also mostly for recipients.
So Karen, you mentioned that you have a special day for seniors to come in, and tell us about that and any other special programs for seniors.
Certainly. According to the food bank's requirements, a senior is 65 and older.
65. Okay.
So if there's someone in the family, someone in the household who is 65 and older, they can come on Friday, the day before general distribution, from 9 to 11. And they have, depending on the size of the family, same options for choices that anyone who comes on Saturday. Seniors can also come on Saturday if they would prefer. It doesn't make any difference to us. The other part that's available on Friday is we have a service available where there's a homebound menu. The outreach coordinator can take into the family in need. They fill out the family need fills out the menu. We get that menu, we fill it out for the person. A family can be without a name, doesn't make any difference. We're a number, so that's what we look for. And then the outreach coordinator or volunteer will pick up that food and deliver it to the person in need. And we also have, in the event that there's an emergency at home, I mentioned the emergency food boxes, non-perishable items. There are councils on aging in the 5 towns that actually have those on hand in their office in the event that they have to make a house call.
Sure.
I was just downstairs talking to Nicole earlier, the outreach coordinator in Sterling, and just reiterated that information, and she is open to the idea of providing homebound menus.
Wonderful.
And then we will fill them out and make it easy. But if they come as a homebound person, no, they can obviously get all the non-perishable things you see here, but they will also have access to any meat or cheese or whatever it is that we have that's fresh that we get once a month.
So if viewers are listening and they want to get involved and help, how can people help out there?
There are a lot of different ways to help. You can have a food drive. You could make a donation, a monetary donation. You could come to the food pantry and actually help out. We have volunteer opportunities in the form of sorting the items that you see in front of you. All have to be checked for expiration dates to make certain that they are safe for people to eat. That happens during the week, which is hard for people who work full-time. And then we also have volunteer opportunities for distribution itself, or during distribution. People come in with their families, teenagers, high school age, grade 9 and above, and work either helping recipients shop, taking the carts to and from the cars, helping people unload the groceries in their cars.
And that's on Saturdays.
It's all Saturday. We also have Friday, need for volunteers on Friday, Terry, because that's the day when from 9 to 11, a lot of people volunteers are working, they can't help. And but if people could come on a Friday to help out, they're available, they're working part-time or retired, whatever, that would be fantastic. And the same sorts of jobs are available. And
you mentioned a food drive. What's involved in that?
Oh, well, food drives. Most of the time they happen and people just drop off the food. They tell us either with a note or something they did one. Sometimes people call us and let us know that they're going to do one, and they ask for suggestions. We recommend that just because if we're serving, let's say we're handing out toilet paper, because sometimes we hand out, every month we hand out one kind of personal care. We need toilet paper, we're doing a distribution this month. Boy, if you could do a food drive for toilet paper, that would be fantastic. But more often than not, it's just someone just feels like they'd like to drop off food in the, for instance, the bin at the Sterling in the Butter building, in this building. There's one downstairs. There's going to be one at the Sterling Library, and that's another volunteer opportunity as well, as picking up items in those from those bins around.
And you have them at the schools too, right?
No, there are no bins at the schools because of the fact that there's a distribution.
But you have food drives at the schools.
Oh yes, absolutely. Wachusett, Houghton School have been doing food drives in October for I don't know how long, and lots in anticipation of Thanksgiving. Amazing what the kids and the staff have done. Yep, Village Green Preschool, they do theirs in October, or they have done theirs in October.
Great.
And that's always been very welcome. And if we don't get the food, we know that somebody else, other organization will get it. And if we can't use it right away, we make certain that it goes to an organization right away.
Great. So for more information, how can people, do you have a website?
Yep, we do. It's www.wfp1995.org. We also have a phone number. That number is going to be changing as we become more established in Sterling. And then we also have an email, wfp@wfp1995.org.
So Karen, Hallie, I really want to thank you for coming and being on the show today.
You're very welcome. It was a pleasure being here, and I'm glad to have the opportunity to be able to spread the word that we are here and that we want to work with more so people in Sterling, organizations in Sterling. We've been in contact with St. Richard's Pantry. They contacted us, and we've been already sharing food.
Great. And I want to thank the viewers for watching. Thank the crew today at SLCT. I'm your host, Terry Ackerman. This is Faces of Sterling. See you next time.